Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back with Shabe's Positive Vibes. Today we are going to be talking about how sometimes we allow our past to affect our future and how sometimes social media can mentally drain you as well as mentally affect you. I decided to talk about this topic because this was something that I struggled with in 2021. This was something that I struggled with inside. I didn't really say too much to a lot of people. I allow for my social media to affect me mentally. I allow for my past to affect me. I'm the person that did not let go of my past. Anything that happened, I always brought up my past, and people would be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, girl, you gotta let it go. Like, you have to heal. A lot of times we don't realize when we hold on to our past, we are holding on to damage that is still damaging us. So until we get through what happened to us in the past and we let it go and we continue to move forward with our life, then nothing positive is going to come out of that. Because you know why? Because you're allowing your past to affect your future. So it is very, very, very important for us to let go of that tragedy that happened in the past. And it's very, very important for us to pay attention to who you're following on social media, as well as pay attention to who you are being surrounded by and what you're listening to and all that jazz that we're about to get into. Now listen, I know some of y'all is probably like, girl, what are you talking about? What is going on? Okay, so in my last video, if you didn't watch it, you should go back and watch that video. I basically explained to y'all that a lot of videos that I want to come at y'all with is a lot of lessons that I learned from 2021 so that y'all won't have to go through it. Or maybe y'all did go through it and maybe y'all had different outcomes. Let's just discuss it down in the comments down below. We're going to follow somebody on social media. Allow for it to be somebody you can learn from. Do not compare your journey. That was something that I really messed up on with 2021. Always comparing myself to the next person. But reality is, a lot of us, we don't know how that person might have accomplished that goal, what they had to go through, or what they even sacrificed to get to where they went. I said this in my other comparison video a few months back, but you have to really, really, really sit down and think. Social media, to me, is nothing but where people they post their accomplishments, where it's like it's like a completed vision board. That's what it is basically. Like, they are posting what they have completed. They are posting their accomplishment. Nobody will ever post what they went through to get to what they have. Like, you will never see that. And if you do see that, well, then, bravo for you, because a lot of times that's like fitness pages and stuff like that. So I basically made a list of things that I wanted to share with you guys so that you can actually learn from, again, the mistakes that I might have done or the things that I've went through. So one thing that I wish I wouldn't have done in 2021 is basically comparison. Comparison comes up so much. Let me tell you why. Because a lot of times we compare ourselves to things that we have no business comparing ourselves to. That's with weight, that's with finance, that's with social media, that's with pictures, that's with clout, that's with anything in this world. You should not be comparing yourself with somebody else's results, because at the end of the day, you don't know what that person went through or what they did to get them results. So do not compare yourself to anybody. It's okay to look up to a person and say, oh, I'm trying to get there too, but do not compare yourself. Do not say, oh, well, this person did this in 4 months, so I should be able to do it in 4 months. Well, maybe it might take you a little bit longer, but follow their steps as to what they did, and with consistency, you will get there. Too much pressure. Again, this comes with comparison. Putting too much pressure on yourself, making yourself feel like you're not doing enough, when reality is sometimes we have to tell ourselves, okay, we are doing enough. I am doing enough. Like, I am enough. Like, sometimes those are the affirmations that you have to tell yourself early in the morning when you wake up. You are enough. You do not have to continue to compare yourself to this person. Again, I'm going back to comparison, because that's when the pressure comes in, because now you're feeling like you're not enough because you're not where that person is. So you are enough. Again, I am enough. Try that affirmation every morning. Another one, you guys, like, I know I'm exposing myself at this point, but setting unrealistic goals. So being like, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds in 2 months. Well, listen, that is not manageable. And honestly, if that was to even happen, the weight would come right back on, because I lost it so fast. And a lot of times, I really want to touch on this topic in a different video, so I'm not going to get too deep into it. But setting unrealistic goals, if the goal does not sound manageable, or the goal does not sound like something you could do for a long period of time, do not set the goal. Have a plan for your goal, of course. And yes, again, I'm going to get into that topic on a different video. no focus, you know, just losing focus, just losing what I wanted to do, not reminding myself of why I was doing what I said I would do, just allowing people to come into my inner circle and allow me to become distracted, just allow dropping my goals and doing whatever I wanted to do because my goals wasn't important enough to me, which is another tip that I'm about to bring up to you guys. Okay guys, another one is basically like not wanting it enough, which balances off of what I just said as far as not being focused. You obviously do not want that goal that you set for yourself if you cannot stick to the plan that you set for yourself. Like, that is just crazy. Like, we set so many goals for ourselves and we say how bad we want it, but in reality we not doing nothing to get to the goal. And trust and believe, this is something that I struggle with a lot in 2021, so this is why I'm coming to you to share it with you, that it is very, very, very important for us to stick to the plan that we set for ourselves. It's gonna make more sense once you guys see like what part of my life where I'm struggling with these list of things that I'm sharing with you guys, but that's gonna be in a separate video again. Like I said before, no boundaries, which goes back into not staying focused. When you have no boundaries, it is very, very, very hard to stick to a goal because you have set no boundaries for yourself. You have honestly just like set a goal and you're just you're just setting goals at this point, sis. You're not even accomplishing the goals, which is kind of sad, honestly. Like, it was something, but I'm being honest with you guys, this is something that I truly, truly dealt with in 2021 and years before, not realizing that I have to set boundaries. So if I know that I'm supposed to eat healthy Monday through Thursday and my family's going out on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, I could not go, guys. I have to set those boundaries to be like, listen, you guys, my cheat days are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's when I can go out. Like, that is a boundary you have to set. People eating around you with junk food and stuff, you cannot be around those things because that is tempting to your goal. That's gonna distract you. See, that goes back to distraction. People can be a distraction, and honestly, you are who you hang around. So if you're hanging around people who eat a lot of fast food, maybe during your journey is not the best time to hang around them people. If you're trying to save money and you're hanging around a bunch of people who are trying to spend money, maybe it's not your best interest if you was to hang around these people who keep spending their money when you're trying to save up for either a car, an apartment, some jewelry, whatever you're trying to save up for, a house, whatever you're trying to save up for personally. Take your goals personal. Take your goals serious. That's the next one. Let's talk about this one, guys. This is the last one. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is the last one, guys. This is a big one. This is something that I do a lot of times, and not even only setting impulsive goals, but making impulsive decisions. Funny, but I am big on that, and I don't know where I get that from. I don't know what side of the family that's from, but I wish they take it back because I am a person who will just do it without thinking, do it without a plan, and sometimes that it can be a good thing on one point of view, but when it comes to me, it's a bad thing because sometimes when you make that decision, you stuck because you didn't make a plan on how to stick to what you've done. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a lot. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. An impulsive goal is just basically saying like what I was saying before in the beginning. All of this ties into one, to be honest with you guys. But an impulsive goal is saying like, oh, I want to make $1,000 in a month, but yet you only get paid up to $800 a month, and you still have rent, you still have gas, you still have water, you still have all these things to pay. How are you really going to save $1,000 in a month? Like, this comes back to setting realistic goals. That's why it is very important for us to set realistic goals, guys. Okay, guys, so I did decide that I do want to go over it for you, so you know, just in case somebody want to write these tips down, so I'm going to say them for you and I'm going to write them on the screen as well. So remember, the first tip is to basically do not compare yourself to anyone, to nothing and no one, okay? The second tip is going to be basically you are enough. Do not apply too much pressure. So the second one is just going to be you are enough. I am enough. Write that down. The third one is going to be set realistic goals. Okay, we have to set realistic goals. In 2022, we have to set realistic goals. The fourth one is going to be focus. We must focus. We must eliminate all distractions, okay? We must focus. The fifth one is going to be setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is very, very important, not just for the year, but through your entire life. You need to set boundaries with your friends. You need to set boundaries with your family. You need to set boundaries with anyone who comes into your life, because without those boundaries, you guys, we will never ever ever be as successful as we want to be. You know why? Because there are no boundaries being set. If you're trying to save some money, I know I'm going off topic again, but if you're trying to save some money, sis, and you have no boundaries set, and you continue to give money to your family and your friends, guess what? You will not be able to save your money because you did not set boundaries. You must set boundaries. Boundaries are very, very important, and it's something I'm getting into in 2022 as well. So again, these are things that I learned from 2021. Sorry, not wanting it enough. You must, again, it goes back to basically staying focused, guys. Not wanting it enough. You must want your goal enough. So put wanting my goal enough. That's it. You must want it. The next one is going to be no impulsive goals making. No impulsive decisions. 2022, we are not making impulsive decisions. We are going to make the decision, and we are going to have a plan, and we are going to achieve the goal. Make sure you write them down and do it. Okay, guys, so that is the end of my video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share with your mama, your daddy, your sister, your aunt, your cousins, your brother, everybody that you may know. Please share my videos with them. And yeah, you guys, make sure you subscribe, and I'm definitely coming back with more videos and more bangers. See you in my next video. Bye.